morning and welcome back to another video. Today, right behind me is a Fendt Ideal Combine, a Class 8 2024 with a 40-foot Geringhoff TrueFlex Razor Air. So this header, we're actually going to be taking it off of the Combine and loading it onto our header transport. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you through what we do in order to get this header ready to go onto that transport. First things first, we're actually gonna take all of our sensors, our drag rod, or whatever you want to call them, sensors, and it's as simple as turning that little pin a quarter turn and it locks our header sensors up into place. So we got 4 of these. We walk along and we can even just turn this and we can see the pin. It pops out right there. Push that up and it locks into place. And now, since all of our sensors are up, so we're going to take this pin out, and that is going to allow us to take this wheel off so we do not bind right there. We can walk up into the cab, and if we look at our Geringhoff monitor, it might be hard for you guys to see with the pulsing, but we're just going to hit our parking button. The only thing with these Geringhoff headers, in order to control our functions, because it is a hydraulically driven header, we have to have the hydraulics going to the header. So we'll have to turn on our thrashing, and then our header will be running, and then once we press our park function, it is actually putting our transport wheels, lifting them up, making our header completely rigid and locking it into place. I had already done that function because I was kind of away from the yard, so I turned on the Combine so all the dust wouldn't blow into the yard, and then I pushed that button before entering. I find that I do that whenever I know that I might possibly be taking it off. At the end of the day, I will hit that function just to get everything rigid, locked up, in case I do have to come to the field, grab that header and put it onto the transport. So that is why I haven't actually walked you through those functions, but it's as simple as just pushing that button when your header's running. Actually pulled our reel as far back as possible and put it all the way down. So that way our weight is all to the middle and as low as possible. And then you can shut it all off and it is ready to get put onto the trailer. And now this is the tough part, trying to get everything lined up. We can see what we are trying to do is there's those hooks right there, and that flat piece hook right there, and the flat piece, that's where we want our actual header to rest on our slides, or our rest spots on our transport. So let's see how close we can get it first try. And so it looks like we might be pretty close to lined up. It is hard to see, of course. And so now, just jumping out, we can see things are looking promising. That piece is right where we want it. We just have to go forward and lower a little bit more. However, I just wanted to jump out and see the angle of our header. We can see our cutter bar is resting nicely across the whole support here. But we actually want to take our header now and rotate it back a little bit. So since we are close, I am going to lift this up, which unlocks our feeder house from the header, because I'm going to start to lower it off once we get close. In the cab, I come to my home page right here. I'm going to click this toggle button, which is now going to be our reel fore and aft, is now actually working on our feeder house tilt to make our header go forward or backwards. So if I pull our reel back, our header starts to lift our cutter bar. With it lifted a little bit, I'm going to take our parking brake off, try and get it in position, and start to lower our header down. And now we can see, as I continue to lower, our hooks start to get close to being off. We hit our parking brake once more and go walk around. And before I fully unhooked and backed away, I'm glad I came out because I forgot about this. So we're gonna take this pin out, and that is going to allow us to take this wheel off so we do not bind right there. So I'm gonna lift up just slightly, pull that wheel off, and now we can see we are completely separate. There's our hook for our header, and here's our hook for our feeder house. We're completely split apart from the header. So we have one electrical line, one hydraulic line, and then two PTO shafts, one on this side and one on this side. Only, I guess, if you have the air. And now for the last part and the easy part. We're gonna take our hooks and we hook them right onto here from the trailer to the header. And then we just slowly start ratcheting. Lock it in place. We'll deal with our straps with some zip ties or tape. And that is strapped down and ready to go. It is very nice on these headers. We have a hook strap right there, and with these HLA or Horst four-wheel steer transports, they are nice and easy once you get them lined up. We are ready to hit the road. We're all tied down, straps are nice and tidy. Once we pull out of the yard, we'll blow that stuff off. And I forgot to mention, when we were getting the combine set too, we actually pulled our reel as far back as possible and put it all the way down. So that way our weight is all to the middle and as low as possible. And as we look back, we can see our tires back there and that header. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button down below. And hopefully we can get some videos of this Geringhoff in action. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. See you then.